And it's the Red Leaf Retrocast Anime Edition, episode 91. I'm your host, JD, with the new microphone, the new setup. It's going to be an interesting audio programmed cast today. Tori, Hickey, you guys are here for another anime episode.
Yes.
Correct.
How you guys feeling today? Jacked? Ready? Erect?
No. I felt better. I felt way better.
I am okay. That's it.
All right. Why is my mom texting me like crazy right now? Crazy, of course. Let's start the episode. Text parents. Hey, okay. So today,
Are you podcasting now, JD? JD, are you podcasting now, JD?
Oh yeah, it's like a small child going, "Oh, you're on the phone, mom, mama, mama, mom." Yeah, of course.
Okay,
My cat
silly.
immediately jumped next to me too, because as soon as you start talking, it is time to annoy you. Anyways, we're here to talk about Ikkitousen.
Correct?
Yeah.
My God, did any of us get erect watching the show?
No.
Thankfully, no.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. I thought some of the women were hot, but more on that later at 11.
Yeah. Later at 11.
Yeah, so Ikkitousen, I guess we're on the ecchi phase. But let's face it, a lot of retro anime require a lot of echiness, especially in the early 2000s.
Correct.
Mid 2000s.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it in the world of political correctness and all of that. I need some of this sometimes. Just be like, you know what? Fuck everyone.
I like where your head's at, Tori. Both of them.
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, there are some things in that anime we'll get to that made me kind of a little bit uncomfortable, but we're going to go with the wrestling.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, we'll go with the wrestling perspective. So, more at 10:30. I wonder if that joke's going to get old quick. Maybe it already has.
It is.
I don't know. So we got some random banter before we start this podcast, or before we get to the at least Ikkitousen review. Hickey, I want to know what you have been up to in the world of Brazil.
It is hot. There are random,
No way.
there are random tropical tempests happening. Like the day when it started today, it was like 13 Celsius. It had a tempest, and now it's just like 40. You know, the usual stuff. It doesn't change. I'm working. Everything is fine. I bought new parts for my notebook so I can upgrade it a little bit. And yeah.
By notebook, you mean laptop, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay.
A laptop. A notebook.
Good. It'd be
Oh,
very
his
strange.
work notebook.
Yeah, it'd be very strange. It's like, I upgraded my notebook. New spiral, fresh pages.
Well, there is also laptops called notebooks.
yes.
but
Yeah. I'm just joking with the verbiage. It's funny. Because that's what that's what everybody says in Germany. Everything's a notebook, not laptop. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we use
I guess.
both.
But that's Germany.
It's just a matter of preference.
Yeah.
Because the little one is called like netbook, and the bigger ones, the not compact ones, we just call notebooks. Because, I don't know.
I see. You have
Fuck it.
specifics about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Although no one uses netbooks anymore. Those are very 2000-ish thing. It's like, oh, you don't have money to buy this 5-kilo Dell laptop. Get the smaller one. Does it work? No.
Oh, you have an Acer Google Chromebook? Ugh, you poor bastard. Get your poorness out of my face.
So you just get like a little one, which nowadays is basically is the same size as a tablet with a keyboard attachment.
Yes.
Yeah, they're still around, but no one. I hope no one buys those.
I was about to say, I feel like you can do this exact same thing with a tablet and a keyboard attachment.
Yeah.
So, all right. We got anime to talk about. This is an anime podcast. I guess we've waited long enough. We should probably talk about this whole Sony acquiring Crunchyroll thing.
Yes, of course.
A little late on it, but who cares?
Breaking news.
Breaking news 2 or 3 months late. Good. I hope they figure out the fucking playback, the player on Crunchyroll.
I hope they figure out everything.
Good God, Crunchyroll's a mess.
Oh my God.
It is. I hope the U.S. government puts in antitrust. Oh start a antitrust action against them, just so make it funnier.
That would be funny,
It would.
but I don't see it happening.
I know.
It is Sony after all.
You guys see
It's
this
a
as a
monopoly.
positive or a negative?
It's a negative. It's a monopoly, and I don't like
Well,
Funimation.
Yeah.
Funimation for years, like I said in another one, for years, what Funimation does is they want an anime, so they acquire the license. The thing is,
Right.
they acquired all the fucking licenses. Do Funimation have a European side with European servers? No. Do they have a South American or like Latin American servers inside? No. But it doesn't fucking matter. They would get the license anyway and just block it everywhere. So like, they weren't using the license they paid for. They wouldn't sub-license it to anyone. And I wouldn't have any access to those animes from Funimation unless I used a VPN and paid in dollars for a subscription. So,
Right.
they can go just fuck themselves.
Yeah, that's what I had to do
Yeah,
when
I
I was
mean-
living in Canada. Was use a VPN.
Like they're creating an artificial shortage. Is essentially what they're trying to do. It's just like, oh, you want to watch it? You have to come to us. Doesn't really matter if it's available to you or not. You have to come to us. But yeah, no, I mean, for me, it's not really that much of a problem, right? I watch my anime through Wakanim, and Wakanim is already part of the Sony umbrella, together with Funimation and oh Jesus Christ, JD, help me out. What's the Australian service?
Something?
Are you talking about Anime Lab?
Anime Lab.
Anime Lab, that's the one.
That
Yeah.
I've been gravitating to Anime Lab for quite a lot of my anime lately.
Mhm.
And I mean I
They're
just
a part
I
of that umbrella.
I just throw up a VPN and everything works fine. I watch a 30-second commercial to start off the show. There's a 30-second commercial midway, and I'm good to go. I got no
No,
problem.
but they're
with
all
that.
part of this umbrella right now, so it's like what that essentially mean for me right now is more anime. I get more anime through Wakanim now than I ever did through Crunchyroll, so yay me. And it's generally good for me. Crunchyroll being bought up by Sony, I don't like Crunchyroll. I've said this many times before. I have had problems with them for a long time.
Oh, absolutely.
I stopped my subscription because their player is garbage, their customer service is awful. I really just despise their essentially a lot of their campaigning is just be like, piracy bad. The only way to beat piracy is to use Crunchyroll and all of that shit, and it's just like it drives me insane.
We are fans like
It's like-
you. We do things
We
for
are fans
you.
just like you.
By the way, you're gonna use.
Hey,
all
remember
your...
that plugin that we made that made our our player into a fucking functioning player? Yeah, fuck that thing.
Right. No, I mean that's my biggest gripe with Crunchyroll. I mean, monopoly or not, I get look, I use Anime Lab with VPN, and there's free VPNs out there, so it's not a big deal in this current landscape in which I talk about. I do totally understand gripes with company policies and their image and what they're doing. Crunchyroll is definitely not very good at that. Yeah, you could go through a number of different industries. I mean, fucking Xbox yesterday raised Xbox Live Gold price, and they lost so many subscriptions. They came out with a public message saying, "We're sorry, we listened. We're going to rescind this. We listened to our fans." Yeah, because everyone canceled your service immediately. That's why.
Of course, but see, that's fine, right? That's fine. That's the customer speaking. That's the customers using their wallets to speak. It's like,
Right.
We want to raise the price. Hell no. Not happening,
Fuck
right?
you, Xbox.
That's
We're not
fine.
paying them for that.
Yeah, that's fine. They tried, it didn't work. Whatever, right? My problem is that, especially with Crunchyroll, they don't do that.
No,
it's
no,
like
they don't.
It's
give
like
a shit
they instead
at
go
all.
on that fucking. They instead go on their trains, like their anti-piracy trains and whatnot. And it's like, yeah, everyone needs to support Crunchyroll because that's beating piracy. And it's like, okay, people finally get on board with it, and then they get a shitty service, and then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we're raising our prices because fucking I was already paying more than most people would for my Crunchyroll subscription because of I get fucked by conversion anyways.
Right, the exchange rate.
And then they basically come to me and be like, yeah, you're gonna have to start paying us more money for even less anime because goddamn it, Crunchyroll towards the end was just not licensing anime in fucking my area anyways. Even when they got European licenses, it was like England, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Poland maybe sometimes, and Ireland as well. That's everyone, right?
Yeah, that's everybody.
Of course. Yep, that's Europe. We got them.
I'm glad you agree, Tori. Your answer should be move to Germany.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
I don't recommend moving to the UK in this current landscape.
I don't recommend moving anywhere in this current landscape.
Ah, come on. What's wrong? What you act like something's wrong and in the air.
No, absolutely not.
Not.
There's nothing wrong. Nothing is happening. It's just,
Yeah. Well, I canceled my Crunchyroll service a while ago because the player was garbage. So I'm like, I'm not gonna pay for a shitty service. So
I mean, just look at it. It's like, oh, you can watch in full HD, and then you fucking look at it and take it up by side comparison to actual fucking full HD.
Right, actual HD.
Even streams. Not even just like, oh, this is what the Blu-ray looks like, which a lot of people do, but it's like, if you compare it to other fucking streams through even Funimation, Wakanim, or even Anime Lab, it's like, this is standard definition at best.
Right.
From Crunchyroll.
Yeah, it doesn't meet the standard for you to actually pay money for it. And a lot of data actually backs up that if you provide a good service, people will pay for it. But if you don't, then people are just gonna be like, "Fuck you." I'm gonna find alternative methods, whether that's pirating or moving to a different service, like I have with Anime Lab.
Yeah, I mean, look at the whole Steam thing, right? It's the same thing there. Did Steam end video game piracy? No. But look at how many people actually use Steam.
Everybody.
Why do people use Steam? Because it's fucking easy.
Right.
It's convenient. There's constantly sales happening. Yeah, sure, there's problems with Steam as well. It's not perfect, but goddamn it, it's better than pretty much anything else.
Oh yeah. It's a good service.
You can even put, like, because it's not a fucking monopoly, like now in an anime lens scale, you still have other stores, just like the Epic store. And the Epic store is like, I'll give you free games. I'll give you free games. I'll give you free games. And a lot of people just like, no, thank you. I'll just stick to Steam. It's like, but we give more money to the developers. Like, yeah, but the store is garbage.
Your store is garbage. Your service is terrible. I can only check out one game at a time. Your sales are terrible.
And then,
so I'll just.
And then there's Origin.
And then there's Orange. They're there.
Origin.
They exist.
I wish they didn't exist.
Yeah, it's the same thing. My problem, honestly, is like, more with Sony. Again, well, I have a problem with Funimation, but that's personal. It's just the same as Bandai, but Bandai is another.
Would they steal your lunch money one time, Hickey? I got a problem with Sony over here.
No, my problem is Sony.
Gave me a swirly in 8th grade. Fuck that guy, Sony.
Like, Tori's using Wakanin. You are using Anime Lab. I might just go to Anime Lab as well. The problem is, if Sony just comes out and says, okay, we're raising all the prices of all of services, what are you going to do? Because every single fucking service is owned by Sony. And it's a little hard to do an international monopoly, right?
Right.
It's a little bit hard to classify as a monopoly or just like a cartel, because it's not a cartel, it's still monopoly. Kind of a just price manipulation across the globe. It'll be a little bit hard. It will probably have to involve the Japanese government into it. And I don't think the Japanese government is kind of, it's not on their priority to slap Sony, especially when they have to deal with like Chinese companies and whatnot. They have other problems to do aside Sony manipulating markets. So my problem is honestly this. If Sony just like, yeah, no, you guys can do whatever the fuck you guys want.
So what you're saying is if they just acquired Crunchyroll and...
They acquired Crunchyroll,
have an internal competition between the two?
Pretty much. With every single, like with Arcanine or Anime Lab, every single one is competing because VPN is accessible to anyone. Right. Which means you're not... I'm not stuck to now Funimation because they have a Portuguese site. Out of fucking nowhere it appeared. convenient.
Portuguese
And
Funimation.
Crunchyroll. Yeah, a Portuguese Funimation site. And it's
Wow,
extremely cringe. They probably hire the same people as Crunchyroll. Anyway, the Crunchyroll or Funimation now, I can just use a VPN and use Wakanin in the Europe or Anime Lab. So if they can compete with each other, for me that's okay. Sony's just pulling some strings behind the scenes. It's a little bit worrisome to investment funds in Japan, I believe, and like fun to anime studios, because now the streaming, if Sony can dominate Japanese streaming as well, which I think is dominated by Netflix. Netflix has a shitload of anime in Japan. If they can also dominate the Japanese market, like streaming, anime streaming in Japanese market, I think Nico Doga also have some anime. Why would a competing company fund an anime if they know Sony will, have profits with it, right? Probably even more profits than their own, since you are stuck to a little bit of licensing here and there, but Sony can get subscriptions for many services around the globe. I don't see a reason why I would invest in that. So it might tank the funds and investment into anime productions, but that's like way down in the line and way speculative at this point, which means it's just an opinion of someone who studies those kinds of things. That's my two issues. One is kind of a global monopoly, which will be a little bit hard to break, since the parties involved into breaking such a monopoly. And the second one is, if Sony can dominate the market, the Japanese market for anime, one way or another, it doesn't need to be with streaming. They can just go around buying a bunch of music labels and dominate the music industry, kind of anime music industry. How will this affect anime funding and investment into production and studios in the future? That's all. And that will generate a huge monopoly or even a cartel.
A cartel.
Yeah, well, I mean, if Sony comes to you and say, yo, just do whatever the fuck I'm telling you, we're gonna break your fucking company and buy it. So, like, there's nothing you can do.
I suppose the analogy is apt.
Do what you're told, or I'm gonna break your kneecaps.
Yeah. That's how
We have
cartels
this
are
manga
made.
license we want into an anime. It'd be a real shame if these concrete slippers came out if you wouldn't make this.
This is my Sony branded crowbar. It's got your name written on it.
Does Sony make crowbars? I feel Yamaha might make crowbars.
If they don't, they will soon.
Yeah. So yeah, those are my
I'm just
basic
reading the
problems.
news. Sony buys crowbar making company.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird. Oh man.
Well,
No, I see what you're saying.
Out joking
Icky.
here, and suddenly, like, fucking next month, like, yeah, no, Sony bought Bandai. It's like, wait, what?
Suddenly they're gonna have a couple guys in in some nice suits, but with open shirts and gold chains around their neck and shit like that, walking around with scary looks in their eyes, being representatives of Sony, walking in, having little chats with your boss at at your business, usual stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it might happen. Again, my problem is more with Sony than Crunchyroll. I don't have problems with Crunchyroll. I gave up on them a long time ago.
You're apathetic towards them now. All right.
How was the price of the... How much did they
Price
pay
what?
on Crunchyroll?
10, I think?
Million?
No. Oh, the price
oh,
for Crunchyroll? Oh, it was
Yeah.
a lot of money.
It was like $1 billion or $2 billion, wasn't it?
Damn. Holy shit.
Yeah. And that's Crunchyroll, the small
1.2
company.
billion.
1.2 billion. I knew it was one or two.
Yeah, 60% of that is just speculation, I guess. Damn. 1.2 billion on Crunchyroll.
I got 1.175 billion is exact number.
It was owned by AT&T before. They probably had to buy him out of AT&T.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, this is an anime cast. What's the
this is anime.
what's the buzz over the latest season, this winter 2021 season? What are you guys hearing about? I'm hearing nothing but good things coming out of the Attack on Titan final season. Fans seem to be pretty happy with it. It's even got a 9.16 on my anime list currently.
That's good.
Easily the most people watching that show.
I've heard a lot of bad stuff. Not necessarily in regards to this series. I know people are freaking out because it's like, what, Mappa that's doing it now?
Yes.
So people have been freaking out about that, and they've been sending death threats to the animators on Twitter.
Why?
Which is fun. Because people can't fucking stop. It's like, this is so poorly animated, look at what this looks like in the manga, and then look what it looks like in the anime. It's like, that has nothing to do with animation. What are you... Oh my god. I hate people. But it's the sort of shit that's bound to happen whenever you change something. Yeah. Like
Japanese are upset. They're sending death threats to people through the internet. Okay, what's the news?
No, these are English speakers.
Yeah.
These are English speakers, sadly.
Oh.
Bro, there might be Japanese too, but fucking... I've only seen English speakers do it, and it's frustrating because literally the only complaint is it's not fucking shit. Who did the first couple of seasons?
The Wit Studio.
Wit Studio, that's the one. Yes, Wit Studio, and now it's Mappa. It's like that's your big complaint. It's not Wit Studio anymore.
Who cares?
Okay. Yeah,
it's not like we went from Wit Studio to I don't know,
Dean
JC staff.
Dean, yeah. You know who I would have liked to see take on this?
3 Hearts.
My boys who did Ikkitousen. Give it to Arms.
Yeah, Studio
Bring
Arms
them back.
and JC staff.
Bring them back from the dead.
Fucking Studio Dean. Let's get them involved. I'm sure they have a good track record.
Oh man, I just wish that like in a perfect world you could give like a big name show of today to like the people who worked in Dean back in like the 80s and 90s because they did some fucking amazing stuff.
They did some good stuff. Yes, absolutely.
I mean, fucking some of the Dean OVAs and whatnot from the 80s, they are like, those things are just pure fucking art.
Have you heard anything about SK Infinity, this Bones anime?
I haven't heard anything about it, but I've seen, I've looked at it, and then I thought to myself, you know what, I don't have the patience with seasonal anime anymore to to give everything a shot.
I've had a couple fans slip into my DMs and say because they know we.
I see. Yeah. I understand.
Oh,
I see what it is. You're a celebrity now, Jane.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please.
Well, I mean, come on. When I have Red Leaf Retrocast, that's what people search for, and then they slip in. Anyways, they know.
You know what's the next step, right, Tori?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just come to my place. We'll hit up on the Tinder and. Anyways.
Yeah.
No thanks.
They know they know we like Studio Bones, so they were curious if we were watching it. So that's why I bring it up.
No, sadly not. I don't watch everything Bones. I do like Bones though. They do good stuff.
I might have to check it out this afternoon. How about fucking Sills at Work getting a lot of news, at least in the. Let's be honest. I spend a lot of time on Twitter. I'm guilty of that. Lots of
I see you tweet a lot.
Yeah, lots of Cells at Work on my timeline. Whether it's not just Cells at Work Black. It's also the regular second season. I'm hearing a lot of good things. Like if you're a Cells at Work fan, you are very satisfied with what they're pumping out.
Yeah, I mean, Cells at Work got a bit of a boost because the whole like even when season 1 came out, right? The whole like YouTube series with the fucking the doctor, that doctor guy who reviewed the episodes and whatnot from a doctor's perspective.
Yes.
So it's like a lot of that has kind of just been feeding back into each other and brought a lot of attention to the series. So I think a lot of people who aren't also normally into anime or don't watch that much anime also kind of got clued in on it. And you know, now that the second season is coming out and Cold Black as well, obviously, it's people are into it, and that's good for them. Like I said, I don't even have gripes with the series. I got bored during the first series because I feel like it's a little bit samey, and I feel like I've seen all of this before.
Yeah. Biology class.
Yeah, right. That's kind of it. So it's like it's not for me. It wasn't that fun. It was fun for a while, but it's not something that I'll sit down and watch a lot. I am watching Code Black this season because of course I am. I for some reason I just like people suffering, I guess. So yeah, and I mean it's
You're
it's
interested
kind of more the
in
same.
seeing how the
I
human
like
body
it.
attacks alcoholism and breast cancer and STDs.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. No, but it's like
that motherfucker's
so,
fucked. Like, holy shit.
Yes.
Like, every single episode is like, oh no, it's okay. And then at the end of the episode is like, something new happens. I was like, what are you doing with your life, dude? Holy shit.
What are you doing with your life, Saseki, as he pounds yet another beer?
It's inside
look,
Nicky's body. That's what it
look.
really is.
After the alcohol episode, I haven't drunk yet.
Damn.
And it's like, it goes like, why do you lose hair when you're stressed? And after that is like, yeah, no, like you get so stressed that your body kind of mistakes hair cells, like hair producing cells, to cancer cells and attack
Wow.
them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I know. My friend actually from way back had that problem. He had such a severe and like this is even worse. He had such a severe stress issue. I don't know exactly what caused it, but he has there's so much stress that despite the fact that he was in middle school, he ended up going bald over the course of like a couple months.
Holy crap.
And it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
it was bad.
the cells and all, they're chilling, it's okay, and suddenly the guy has a fucking urine infection or something, and like you see the fucking blood cells corpses floating on urine and turning red. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I think you should just say it's a kidney stone, I think. This is going out. I was like, god damn, holy shit. I was like, holy shit, this dude's life is fucked up. God damn. But I'm taking better, I'm taking, more. I'm trying to go more healthier after I started Gold Black. I'm eating salad every single day. I'm exercising every morning. I wake up. I do some planks, and some other exercises. I'm running. I was already running before. I'm running even more now, so I stay healthy. I stopped drinking.
Stuff like this is kind of effective, though, right? Because I've done this, like not because of Gold Black yet, anyways, but it's like even just the same. Like recently being to the doctor and whatnot, I just feel myself like I'm drinking way more water now than I normally do. It's just because I'm like sitting there, like, you know what, just to be safe.
Just to be safe. I haven't heard.
There's something about just like knowing when you start knowing about shit like this, like diseases and stuff like that. It's like let's just not take any chances, right? Why make it worse than it has to be?
Now,
Yeah,
are there
pretty
any
much.
other anime you guys have heard some buzz coming out of?
Let's see. It's
Yakusoku
I've heard a lot of
Neverland,
talk
second
about-
season.
Excuse
Doctor
me?
yeah,
Stone.
but, apart from second seasons.
Promise
Apart from second
Neverland.
seasons, like Wonder Egg
You
Priority.
guys are talking at the same time.
I know.
Okay, go
Wonder
Tori,
Egg
go.
Priority. I've been trying to. Wonder Egg Priority is another like non-sequel that I've heard a lot of good talk about recently, and it seems interesting. I like I see there's both it's fantasy, horror, and psychological, so it might be something that I'm into as well. I might give that one a shot.
One Direct.
Excuse
I'm
me.
looking.
Wonder
what is it called?
Egg
Wonder Egg.
Wonder Egg.
Priority.
Yeah, priority.
Priority.
All English words, JD. You should know those.
There it is.
They might
Well,
not
I was
work
looking
together.
for it. Oh my god, it's another Cloverworks anime.
Yes,
Jesus,
Cloverworks does
they're
all
going
that
to
stuff.
work this season.
They are. Yeah, I don't know. Like, Promised Neverland Season 2, I'm not into.
Really? Why is that?
I am.
I haven't started it yet. I'm waiting to like binge a few episodes.
So I'm gonna have to watch more episodes before I put a final verdict on it. But as of right now,
Uh-oh.
I
We lose
feel like
Tori
Season
Hickey?
2 is going
There it
away
is.
from everything that I liked about... Okay. I feel like Season 2 of Promised Neverland is going away from everything that I liked about Season 1. And I don't like that. That's basically where I'm at. Again, I'm going to have to watch more episodes before I make a final verdict on that, because they might, go back, not go back like that, but, they might add more in, like the whole like psychological horror thing that they got going on in the first season. But for now, it's been more like typical shonen-y, like not even typical shonen, but it's still more got a lot of those like, kids lost in the fucking big world and demons chasing them down, and we need to escape the demons because the demons are bad. And I feel like the show is kind of getting its ass kicked for the problem that I said that they kind of encountered at the end of the first season, with how they've been portraying these demons as like really dangerous, really scary things, and then suddenly they just put them all out there like fucking scarecrows. And I feel like that's kind of hurting them right now, because the scare effect of them there is kind of gone. It's like, it's just kind of comical. It's kind of like they're being hunted down by oversized dogs and stuff like that. It's like, it's not... it doesn't do it for me. It's not doing it for me right now.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, I'm a big fan of the manga, so I was really hyped for the anime. I was very satisfied with season 1, and I was looking forward to season 2. I hope I don't feel the same way as you, Tori.
Maybe not, but I'm not into it. Let's see. You also have, I mean, not so much. I haven't heard so much people talking about this show.
Hey, Hickey, is
when
Tori
it
cutting
came
out
out,
a lot
but I
for
heard
you?
a lot of people talking about it before.
Nope.
It shouldn't be.
Tori's not cutting a lot.
I think it's your internet.
I'm hearing you cut out a lot on me, Tori.
Yeah, it's your internet.
Par for the course with the new audio.
It's your internet.
episodes.
Oh,
Your robot.
Yeah, it's your internet, JD.
It's my internet.
Yeah, your JD.
What a...
Yeah, your robot in a little
Yeah.
bit. You're fading in and fading out, so it's your internet.
Shit, all right.
Just
Hold
roll
on.
with it, as I do.
Just roll with it.
Just
Yeah,
roll
as we
with
do.
it and try to figure out the context as Tori goes speaking. That's what I do when my internet acts on.
All right.
There we go.
Okay, so I'll just keep going then. Yeah, I haven't heard so much talk about this show ever since it came out, but I heard people talking about it before it got turned into an anime, and that was Jakukara Tomozaki-kun,
Tomozaki-kun.
our bottom tier character, Tomozaki-kun. It's
Project number 9.
it's based on a light novel. Yeah, it's based on a light. Yeah, Project number 9 is not a good
No,
studio.
they don't
It's
have
based
a good
on
reputation.
yeah, it's based on a light novel. It's kind of, people compare it a lot to Snafu, and I can kind of see it, but it's a bit more like, stereotypical, like main guy hates the real world, hates society kind of thing. So he's a shut-in gamer instead, and then beautiful girl who also turns out to be really good at games comes to save him, bring him out and teach him that
He's
real
not
world
a
can
gamer.
also be fun. It's like,
He plays fucking Smash Bros.
he does play Smash Bros. That is true. I do find that kind of funny though. It's like Smash Bros is well, they don't call it Smash Bros, but Smash Bros is the greatest game of all time. And I'm like, I don't know about that. I do, however, get a kick out of some of the lines though, which is just like, the real world is the most god tier game of all time. Maybe right next to Smash Bros, but it's like, I despise the main character's like, I despise people who give up on games despite not even trying. And then of course one of the first things the main girl says to him is like, you've given up on real life despite not even trying to beat the game. And he's just like, you know what, fuck, you're right. I am what I hate. And I was just kind of being weird. It's like, it's funny. It's kind of funny. I don't hate it. It's not great. I don't like it as much as I like Snafu, but, it's got a little bit of charm to it.
All right, fair enough.
I'm watching pretty
And
much.
I do appreciate that at least right at the... I do appreciate that at least right at the gate, the main girl doesn't... the main girl is at least not interested in the main boy, despite the main boy being her idol. That she didn't even know who he was in real life.
Yeah, no, it was so fucking.
I do like that though. She just
Like,
no, I love that.
Let's
so
meet,
fucking-
and it's like, okay, I'm the best. He's fucking the best Smash Bros player in the fucking universe, and they go meet, and she's like, oh, I cannot believe you're that nerd. I was like, what do you expect?
I know, right? That's so dumb. No, but I fucking
Have you
I
ever
love it.
seen
'Cause
a
it's just
fucking
like
Smash Bros championship? I'm not throwing shade at those guys because they are very good at it. And they're cool
you are.
people. I watched it. I watched the Smash Bros championships, but they are dorks. Like they
are.
They're fun guys. They're fun guys, but like they are not fucking FPS fucking pro players. Those guys fucking look like mountains and bodybuilders. They are the cheap dudes using the glasses and talking about nerdy shit. What
That's
did
right,
she
unlike us
expect?
anime fans. Oh no, but it's yeah. I just like it though because it's that character flip, right? Where it's like, oh look, she's such a sweet, nice girl, and then they meet face to face. She's just like, oh my fucking god, you're that loser. I can't stand you. It's like, but you've been treating me nice this entire time. Yeah, but I fucking hate you though. But I do get a kick out of it. It's got some funny dialogue at the very least.
Yeah, it's that kind of show that if you just watch it, it is not, honestly, not fun. If you just sit down and watch it, it won't be a fun experience. But if you sit down, occasionally cracking a beer open and just commenting what is happening on the screen, just out loud, not in like in your head, just talking to the screen of what is happening in the show and having a good laugh is enjoyable. It's extremely enjoyable. It's like, no, you need to understand the situation, the social situation. Yeah, and they have the little meetings and stuff. It's quite fun. It's quite funny. And not just going around messing with the show, talking about the absurd that is what they're talking. I think that is the best way of enjoying it. The first episode I just tried to watch seriously and it was not that fun. Aside oh, I cannot believe the first play in the rank of Smash Bros is a loser. I was like, what do you mean? You also don't go around asking people in online games to meet in real life. The fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, no. When I start commenting on it, it made way better. Yeah, I guess that's the only first season or only season show that I'm watching that is interesting. I'm also watching Idol Pride, but that's Idol show. No one cares about it. And it's done by Lurch.
Lurch.
Lurch. So no one really cares about this show. I think it's fun.
Oh, that's right.
That's about it.
Of course you do. You like idols.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I guess I cannot wait for the final part of Dr. Stone's second season. Because it's when everything goes bonkers. And yeah, I won't spoil it. Because everyone is like, no man, it's so good. They're doing the technology that we have and with fast and stuff. I was like, yeah, wait for the end of Stone Wars to see what the fuck they will do.
I'm excited. Dr. Stone it's got a really nice build to everything, I feel. Not unlike God of High School, that disaster of an anime. I ended up dropping that. I couldn't watch it.
Same.
Such a shame.
I did something I almost never do. I dropped it on the final couple of episodes.
Man, what a disaster that story was.
Yeah, it's such a shame. Again, I stick by what I said. It's such a shame that that's the fucking anime that ended up getting the fucking amazing fight scenes. It's like, I wish that they would have given that to fucking Tower of God instead. But no, it needed to be God of High School. A well-animated piece of trash.
Yeah, bummer. Anyways, I guess it's time to talk about Ikkitousen. Oh boy.
Woo!
Yay.
My favorite show.
Everyone's favorite show.
From the 2000s.
Yeah, from the early 2000s.
No, my favorite show.
I hope I'm not cutting out anymore for you guys.
No,
all right,
it's
now.
okay.
Good. I fiddled with a couple things. Par for the course. New
Fix
audio.
my internet.
All right, here we go. Playing the drop.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, it's jam.
All right, we are here. We are gathered here today to talk about Ikkitousen. Season 1, 13 episodes. Came out in the summer of 2003. Studio Joshi staff and ARMS. If you are unfamiliar with them, Joshi staff is pretty good, but ARMS is basically a hentai studio.
Not even basically. They made the greatest hentais of all time, such as Kite.
You got more for us, Tori?
And Meso Forte.
Oh, nice. They made Vesopod.
Yes, they did. They've been around.
They've been
They have
around.
honestly, like, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, especially back in the day, like it was kind of funny, right? Because at least in the hentai world, Arms would really stand out, and I guess they kind of stood out in the anime world as well, based on the types of shows they were adapting. But still, it's they were a little bit unique. Right now, it's not that unique for a hentai studio to also try to dabble in anime, but when Arms started doing it, it wasn't super common.
Dabble in anime. Well, we're back with this
sure
director,
Arms did
Takashi.
it? You sure it wasn't JC stuff?
I know Arms did it. JC Staff also did it. JC
Okay.
Staff worked on season
Yeah,
1,
it
but
was a
yeah. Arms was doing it solo by season
Right.
2.
The season 2, yeah.
Takashi
We're talking
Watanabe.
season 1. I'm like, wait, Arms also was involved in season 1.
Arms took it over.
Wait, I know. Arms did Queen's Blade.
Yeah.
One of the best HEU series out there, together with Freezing, I guess.
So this dude Takashi Watanabe makes his return. You might remember him from when we reviewed Slayer. Or Slayers? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's also done Shakugan no Shana and Boogie Pop Phantom of note. So there you go. Lots of
He has also done the aforementioned Freezing.
Of course. How could one
Yeah.
forget? How could I almost forgot that,
It's
Tori?
important.
How dare I? The guy does a ton of
That's right.
storyboard stuff for a lot of things. If you're a more seasonal person or more, I guess, a little bit more recent, Heavy Object would be maybe something you've seen before from the guy.
Oh, he did it. He did the storyboard for Area 88.
He's done storyboard for a lot of 80s stuff, so we've definitely come across this guy quite a few times
Wait,
prior.
He was the director of Boogie Puffin,
Yeah.
the original one.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he's
Nice.
he's all about the boobs and some weird sci-fi type stuff, basically.
So he's a freelancer.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
just do whatever the fuck people need a director to do.
So for those that aren't familiar with Ikkitousen, it is a straight up fighting girls martial arts type anime. I guess superpowers involved, not really in this first season, but it's definitely ecchi. Very ecchi. Taken from Anime Planet. For 1800 years, the 7 schools of Kanto have fought over the supremacy of the land. Their students constantly fight each other in battles to prove their strength. Sonsaku Hakufu is a 17-year-old girl that just transferred to Nanio Academy, and at her arrival finds herself fighting one of its top 4 fighters. But Sonsaku possesses a soul stone, which contains the spirit of a great fighter, and she is not an easy match. When an order is issued to defeat Sonsaku, she finds herself in an all-out war against all the school's top fighters. What lies behind this dark conspiracy? One tag in particular, you might notice if you look into this, it is Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
I don't appreciate lying in synopsis. She is not an easy match.
She gets her ass kicked constantly. She doesn't know the basics. She is terrible at basic martial arts, but she's very strong if she hits you. She knows a couple techniques, and apparently if she gets choked out, she delves into that old soul in the stone that takes her over.
The dragon takes over.
The dragon takes over.
The dragon takes over. Yeah, and then she gets super strong. But yeah, her only redeeming quality is the typical. She's a good punching bag. She can take a punch.
Oh yeah,
or two.
She's
7.
got she.
Except for the couple episodes where she can't for some reason.
Oh yeah, when she gets
But,
hit
you know,
like one time and it's over. Yeah.
Yeah.
She
It's like, okay.
Yeah. It's this is a very wacky anime. As you go through it, you do learn about every character has this past that their fate is tied to a character from Romance of the Three Kingdoms, the story. If you're not familiar with it, it is... Hickey, do you care to explain this thing? At least in a short form?
No.
No? Yeah, nobody does.
How can I fucking explain Ikkitousen?
No. Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
Oh, okay. Romance of the Three Kingdoms is the romanticized version of a historical event where you had 3 kingdoms. fighting over the supremacy of the mainland China. Not the big one, because the politics. The small mainland China, the one with the coast. God damn it, it's a big ass novel.
Yeah, you aren't kidding. It's
How can I?
massive. So basically,
It's pretty much it. It's a political romance. Of course, you have a lot of fighting. Of course, you have a lot of wars. When I say romance, it's not because people love each other. It's because, or like there's a lot of nucleus, and each nucleus has a little bit of a story involved to them, and they intersect with each other. So you follow a bunch. There's not a defined main character. The main character itself would be the story, and how it develops. So there is intrigues, and there's betrayals, there's political moves, there's generals they got assassinated, sometimes they die in wars, there are marriages and NTR shit happening. It's a big ass novel.
It's a
But
huge
it's interesting.
book.
I just read a few chapters of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, and I realized that would just suck my soul. The rest of the soul I have. So,
it's quite crazy. But basically, there's pieces of the story, there's characters in the story, and the idea is each character in Ikkitousen's fate is tied to a past life connected to Romance of the Three Kingdoms. And they really nail it home, because there's a point in this anime where our pseudo main character, I don't even know if you would call him that, Kokin, he has a book of Romance of the Three Kingdoms, and he's marked Sonsaku's fate of early death. That kind of, so they really hit it hard and fast, that everything is tied to this. So our main characters are Sonsaku Hakufu, Shuyu Kokin. He is our main worthless protagonist boy, who he serves to me almost no purpose.
It does. I do fucking love it though. When it's like in the beginning, you think that he's gonna serve a purpose because one of the fucking other big fighter dudes goes up there and is like, "When are you gonna stop pretending and show your real fighting spirit?"
Right. So I thought it was gonna build him up.
I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, oh, okay, so he can fight. No, he fucking can't.
Yeah. It's great that we could absolutely start off with just talking about this character Shuyu Kokin, because there is a moment in like episode 2, right, where because it starts out, introduces him, one of his, I guess he's basically a servant to a family that protects Sonsaku, right? Romance of the Three Kingdoms. To a T on that character. So episode 2, it has this manipulator, and you know he's a manipulator immediately. It doesn't hide that from you, but all the characters don't know it. It's that situation. Let's find out if Shuyu can fight, and it cuts away, and the anime does this a lot. Instead of actually showing you the fighting, it will cut away, show you the sky, have some sound effects, and then it cuts back to like people on the ground, or they hit the last strike. And it shows this character, Kokin, beating down like 20 people. And yeah, he's a little bit sweaty. He's proved his own. I don't know if you guys got the same feeling, but he gets hit over the head, and then he gets a serious voice. And I thought, oh, so I guess he has this like fake personality that he's hiding, and he's actually this really strong fighter that's going to teach Sonsaku how to fight and wake up the dragon within kind of situation, or teach her to be even better, or she has you get the idea. That is not the case at all. The entire anime is him being a little bitch, embarrassed of a woman's body he constantly sees, and he's a punching bag. He doesn't advance the plot in any way. He gets his arm broken for taking one hit. Yeah, I hate this character. He serves no purpose to me.
The sad thing is, like, you can't even say that he's like used to lure out Hakufu, because like he does that once in the entire fucking first season. There's one time where he's kidnapped, and it's like, It's not even for Hakufu. It's like that is for fucking Ryomoshime, which is just like bring her to me. It's like he doesn't even do that. It's like I don't even. It's like he didn't need to be in this show at all. Pretty much.
No, he didn't need to be there.
He doesn't do anything.
We've watched our share of shitty anime doing this podcast, and off this podcast, we've seen a lot. This is one of the worst and useless main characters I've ever seen. When you can strike a main character out from a story entirely, that's a bad character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's talk. Hickey, do you have anything to say about this dude, or shall we go on to the titties?
No.
All right.
I don't. He was like he always got third party, I guess. He's like, yeah, he won the fight, and then someone just comes in and just whacks him in the fucking back of the head. I was like, oh, come on, dude. It's like once, twice, three times. It's not that he's weak. I guess he's just lacked strategy.
No, he is weak.
Because like he goes around, he punches people, and he's like, okay, I won. Like barely won, but still won. And he's like tired and distracted. Tunnel vision, kicks in. And then someone just comes in and whacks him in the back of the head. I'm like, dude, that's not cool.
Right.
That's not nice.
Or the even better ones, the fucking, I want to fight Hakufu. No, you won't. I will protect her, so I'll fight you instead. And then Hakufu's like, no, I'll fight him. It's like,
all
okay.
right, cool.
Well,
So glad you served your purpose.
I tried my
I'm
best.
glad you're here.
So like,
I'm glad you're here.
I wouldn't say he's useless. He's like, I think he's unfortunate.
No, I think it's absolutely useless.
Again, he's fighting against
They
his
literally
destiny.
cut him out for They literally basically cut him out for a couple of episodes. And it's like, you don't even know
Right.
this.
Yeah,
It doesn't change anything.
when he discovers the mummy thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, again, it's just he's fighting his destiny, I guess. And if the guy in the Romance of Three Kingdoms was unfortunate, he's also very unfortunate.
I suppose. So our real two main characters are Sonsaku Hakufu, our big-tittied, brown-haired martial arts dumbass, to say the least. She
That's
is dumb as a brick. And that might be an insult to bricks, if I'm being totally honest here.
Just like what is New Vegas? When you put intelligence in one, it's sub-brick.
It's sub-brick, yeah.
She's a sub-brick.
So that's her description. And then there's Ryomo Shime, or Shimai.
Shinmei.
Thank you. Ryomo Shime. She is a blue-haired girl who's constantly in a maid outfit for no reason, and she has an eye patch, which...
What do you mean? There's a totally good reason for why she's in a maid outfit.
Enlighten me. Oh,
That's
okay.
hers.
All right. Good. I'm so happy. Anyways, she has an eye patch. She's that stereotype. But here's where I'm confused, and this constantly bothered me through the anime, was she has this eye patch, and I thought, at first, there's foolish me thinking this ecchi anime, because I've heard the legends. The legendary battle vixens of Ikkitousen, right? There's fucking, 5 seasons of this fucking show. It's 50 episodes long. Here we are going 13 episodes. Right. Introduce this chick. She's got an eye patch on. The eye patch gets ripped off. Reveals she has, I guess, heterochromia. I guess that's the deal. Anyways. I thought, okay, it's one of these situations where it's like Kakashi, where he has this from Naruto. He has this power behind the eye. If it's revealed, and she looks at you, Medusa style type situation. Power unleashed. No, I guess it's just she's embarrassed that her eye color's different.
She has the same problem, right? Because her character, introduction versus her character later, it's not even character development, but she is not what she is first introduced as. When you first see her, she basically just shows up and chokes this dude out, and she is just like, oh yeah, you like that, you fucking masochist pig. And I'm just like, okay, I see. So she's super sadistic.
Right, yeah.
Ever since that. Not even. It's like, oh, okay, never mind then. I guess fuck me.
The only...
It's like, what is this?
The only main character that I saw, that's Genpu Saji. He is this womanizing manipulator, basically, right? By the way,
Who really likes nurses.
oh, he loves nurses, and he gets them too. Those nurses, he's got the magic touch, if you know what I mean. This guy, he's the most consistent character in the show because they introduce him as a manipulator, and he can get with any woman he wants. That's very clear. And at the end, he's revealed to be a super goddamn good manipulator. He's been doing this behind the scenes.
Who can get with any woman he wants.
Any woman he wants. I was like, this is the best character in the show, and I kind of wish they did a little bit more with him, at least showed him in a grander light rather than this. Like, how much better would this have been if, like, I'm not even talking about the fan service. The fan service is fine. Like, I was like, okay, I get what they're going for. You got to get me with at least some sort of consistent characters and at least show me the fights, first of all. This would have been so much better if Koken was just totally striked from the entire show, and it was all about Hakufu and Shimei really focused on finding this master manipulator or discovering the master manipulator and going into this tournament arc, and it's all about Saji at the end, which it sort of did, but it was told so poorly that you, the viewer, really have to put it all together yourself.
Yeah, there's even like some characters that just appear and it's like, yeah, I am here. Goodbye. See you in 2 seasons.
Oh, are you talking about Kanu?
Kanu.
She is.
There's the beanie guy as well.
Oh,
yeah, there's a couple.
Genju, who Hakufu's mother's constantly hitting on, trying to get with. By the way, Hakufu's mom character I found hysterical in this.
Yeah, she's right.
She
She is like in her mid to late 30s.
She's probably one of the best characters.
Yeah, she's in her mid to late 30s. She makes no bones about it. She's like, I want to get with some hot young men. I was like, you do you, girl. I feel you.
Aren't you a bit too old for that?
Bit too old, you say?
Yeah.
By the way, the best insult was Hakufu calling her an old teapot. I was
Yeah,
like, that's a good insult. I might have to use that in the future.
Nah, but I love that though. It's the same thing as like fucking when you're just like, oh yeah, she wants to get with the younger guys, yeah, whatever. Of course she does. And then it's just you have the fucking thing with Kakuto where it's just like she's just standing there in the background.
Yeah, she's
like fucking cheering for him, and everybody's like, huh, I didn't realize he was into older women. He's like, I'm not. I'm not into. It's like, huh, well, at least you have a girlfriend. It's like, no, stop, please.
Yeah, he's so
he's so
embarrassed with this middle-aged woman rooting for him all the time.
She just wants my help. She just wants my help for something, please.
But this anime goes out of its way to portray her as this very attractive, hot woman at the same time. I found that enlightening. I'm gonna be honest. And
in an ecchi show, no way.
yeah, in an ecchi show. Well, look, age. It's not age discriminatory. How about that? That's an answer.
Yeah, it's an ecchi show.
And I liked her character in the sense that she wasn't this one-note middle-aged woman hitting on dudes. She also was actually she played a mother. She was very worried about Hakufu, her daughter, and she wanted to do what's best for her. Teach her lessons, teach her what it's like to lose. I like this character. She, I think, was, for an ecchi show, I think she was portrayed pretty well. I liked it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, she's one of the best characters. She's worried. I mean, she knows about the romance of the three kings.
Right.
She meets the person that
As
will
most people
fucking
do, except for
kill her daughter. So, like, it's a little bit, hard. And I like the little master as well. The old guy's like, well, your daughter and the girl that will eventually kill her, they are bounded by destiny. But they are fucking dumb. I was like, okay.
They're dumb as bricks.
I love his fight. I love his fight with fucking Hakufu and Shimei as well. Where it's just like, both of you attack me at once. And you're just expecting this, like, him really showing them up. And he does for a while. But they finally manage to land the hit on him. And then it's just like, okay, you see, working together can actually mean anything. Was this some sort of lesson he's trying to teach them? Not at all. He just wanted to shove them into the fucking water to get them wet.
I mean, it did teach them a lesson, but his main goal was to get those t-shirts wet, baby. I want to see them wet titties.
Did it really teach them a lesson, though? I mean, the first time they tried to fight together, they both got their ass handed to them.
I have a follow-up question with this old man. I know we're kind of disjointed all over the place, but let's be honest. This story was all over the place and just disjointed. This old man, as he's trying to teach, at least quote unquote, teach them some martial arts lessons, he has this magic barrier that can be pulled up at any time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them do. There's some other
Yeah, a
characters
few
as well.
of them.
that,
Totaku has, where he goes around just
Hosen
cutting
has.
shit.
Totaku had. I mean, I thought
Olsen does the
Totaku
same
just
thing,
had
kind
this
of?
like
Totaku?
energy dispersal thing. I guess that's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's the same thing.
The cleavage woman, with the tan.
Ryofu.
Ryofu.
Hosen.
Oh, Ryofu Hosen.
Uh.
I loved her. She was my favorite. I liked Big Cleavage Girl. She
Yeah.
she
She's
had
just
she had a
I
very
She's just like Saiji, so she goes around manipulating girls as well.
Yeah.
She was
No,
all
I
into.
do like her.
She was
She
all
is,
into Saiji. She was all. There's a scene where this. I mean, there's a lot of scenes in this that just made me laugh out loud because of just how absurd it was. This series, I appreciate, was not afraid to be the most softcore porn ecchi I've ever seen in my life.
Oh no.
There's a scene where Ryofu and Saiji are laying down together. She
Oh,
is
dude.
clearly
Yeah.
jacking this dude off. And he just
I'm pretty
and he
sure-
just
I'm
busts
pretty
out his
sure
flip
the
phone. He's
second
like,
season, someone like they.
anyways, he just busts out his flip phone and then he starts texting a dude and then he's giving her
Hey.
he's giving her advice on the fight ahead. And she's just jacking away, just looking at him. I was like, okay, all right. And then the very
Yeah.
next,
Yeah.
I guess, afternoon, her assistant, like, they go into some hot lesbian action themselves. Yeah. So that's what was going on there. Hickey, Tori, are you guys still there?
Yeah.
Barely.
There we go.
But you're cutting out. But yeah, no. The thing that one of the things that I find kind of interesting here as well is
boy.
I'm pretty sure for like I don't know I can't say exactly second half, but I'm pretty sure that you can see the moment in time in which Arms took over. Because god fucking damn it, there's a while in this show where I'm just like, is this an ecchi show? I mean, sure, there's panty shots, but it's like there's no like full-on nudity or anything like that, and like
Yeah. I just love
nobody girls don't have nipples or anything, and then suddenly it's just like nipples, full-on nudity.
I
It's like,
noticed
yep,
that.
I'm pretty sure
They,
Arms took over
they
here.
use an attack. They use an attack, and it just explodes the clothing. But it always stays the top and the bottom. The bottom of the short, even though it's not connected to anything, it stays on. I was like,
Yeah.
wait, hold on. What is going on here?
Tori, I'm
it's
glad
great.
you.
Her assistant get fucking gang raped as well.
Oh.
It's so man, I love this show.
You want to tone down the excitement for that one?
Oh man, I know. I just love it. It's so fucking great.
Okay.
Like
I'm
the
glad
second,
you.
the
I'm glad you
second
guys
part
brought
as well.
up that episode. Yeah, because
The faces go full Yu-Gi-Oh first season as well with the twisted smiles. Oh man. Oh boy,
Yeah.
this show is way too much. And the
so what
second-
Tori's
the second
referencing
part-
here is the first 8 episodes. The series goes out of its way to hide the nipples, explode clothes when hit in manipulative fashion, so you don't quite see everything, right? And then episode 9 hits, and this is where the old man actually comes in too, where there's like waterfalls and they're in the mountains and shit. All of a sudden, full-blown nudity, frontal nudity, see the titties, see the nipples, no problem, clothes are exploding all over the place left and right. That's when Arms took over.
Pretty sure.
Yeah,
Because that is their staple, nudity.
absolutely.
Oh, no, it's...
We need
but
to
it's
do
pretty
more
sure.
That's
Arms.
the deal here. So we haven't
Anime.
talked about
I agree.
the
Hell yeah.
main villain, quote-unquote.
Saiji? Or
Totaku?
No,
Totaku.
Totaku. So This character, Totaku, he is built up to be... Totaku.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm going to stop the recording for a second.
Totaku. Do you want us to stop as well? Okay, I'll keep my recording going. Totaku.
Yeah, same.
All right, I think I'm just having internet issues today.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, I think it's just an
Hey
internet
yo,
problem.
Totaku with a
Hold on. I gotta
pickup
restart
line
my
of all.
recording here. I still have the main one going. Yeah.
Okay, I have mine going still as well.
Yeah, mine as well.
Am I still cutting out real bad?
No, not right now.
So all right, if that ever happens, I'll just click out and click back in. That's what I'll do. All right. 3,
Roger.
2, 1. All right, a little hiccup in the recording there. Seems like I'm just having internet issues. So yes, let's talk about the main villain, Totaku. Right?
The moment
this
he
guy,
starts talking.
the moment I start talking. So anyways, Totaku is the main villain in the show. He is built up to be kind of the king of kings of all the high schools. And the objective every 3 years is to have this tournament arc. And 3 years ago, this guy just wrecked house, beat everybody, killed people, and he is no joke. What's weird about the character is his appearance. He's all covered in bandages from head to toe, face, arms, legs, midsection, everything. But they're not like full-on mummy bandages kind of situation. It's almost like he shaved all of his body hair and he cut himself all throughout his body. And they never explain why he has all these cuts.
Yeah.
Something, lots of fights probably.
Probably, or his power that hurts himself.
Could be.
I just like that he has the best pickup line of all. Hey, do you want some watermelon? He just walks around the fucking watermelons. And he's like, no, I hate watermelons, and he just explodes the watermelons. Like, it looks like
the inside of this watermelon looks like your head.
Yeah, it exploded human head. I was like, you just wasted a perfect fine watermelon, my dude.
Yeah, that's right.
For a fucking pickup line.
Yeah. He has some funny moments though. It's the same thing as like with his assistant, which is literally just like, he gets his assistant to get him off. What does he do whenever they come in? He basically just looks at him and go, strip. It's like this guy really has a way with women, clearly.
Yeah.
No nonsense right there. Just like, you know what? You know what I want. I know what I want. Let's just get on with it.
That man, it's fun. He's a interesting character.
Too bad he's a fucking pussy.
What do you mean?
I don't want to fight. He doesn't want to fight because he's gonna die. Like, boo-hoo. Forget about your fate, dude.
Yeah, he died anyway. Fucking
know.
Ryufu came
Right,
in with
what
a fucking spirit bomb and...
yeah. That was so fucking random. I'm just like, because, obviously they were like, she was at the old man, and he taught her a special move, but we never know what that is. And I was just like, that's where it comes out, and it's just like, okay.
I will defy my destiny.
The special attack is suicide. Got it.
Yeah. It's a spiritual bomb, I guess.
I really like the character arc for Ryo Fuhosen and how she got to that point. Like, everything was taken away from her. She knew her fate. She faced her fate head on, and she took this fucking dude with her. I thought it was pretty cool. And that attack she used where she blew up her and his midsection, I did like the brief animation that it showed, where it showed the shadow and clearly their midsections are exploding, and I thought that was really cool. And I liked her. I wish they would have shown her actually fighting more to get a better representation of how strong she was.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a problem with this show in general. Like, it's not... They don't fight, right?
No.
You're supposed to get the feeling that this is some martial arts fighting they're doing, but it's like, the little fighting you actually do see is all the same. It's either a grab, or a regular old punch, or just a regular old kick. That's literally all.
Right,
there is.
all the special
There's
techniques
nothing.
are shown off screen with sound effects. It's really lame.
Aside the barriers and chakra stuff.
No, but I'm talking about the general fights, right? Like when they get into the tournament, and it's like, let's fight. Okay, cool. So anyways, I went up and I punched that guy in the face, and now he's all bruised and goes down. So anyways, Shime came in and choked me out. Like that's basically it's like, yeah, amazing, fantastic fighting. This is really, really exciting to watch.
Yeah, that was incredibly
the
disappointing.
most exciting fight for me. Yeah, the most exciting fight for me, and that's why I definitely want to watch more because I want to see more of her. Is fucking Kanu. That's my type of shit. Just has her arm broken. Fucking just like, you know what? I'm a fighter. And I'm not gonna let a fucking broken arm.
Doesn't give a shit. Just in the fucking train going home with a fucking 3-meter tall lens. And no one gives a shit. And she's just browsing her phone. Yeah. I like her as well.
Nah, but just fucking breaks her. She breaks her arm, and she's just, she just has to be like, you better give up or I'm breaking your arm. And she's just like, breaking my arm? You think I'd be a fucking fighter if I was afraid of you breaking my arm? Fucking, you know what? I'll do it myself. Just gets up so that her arm breaks, and it's alright, let's get back to fight. It's like, damn.
Yeah,
this girl gives no fucks.
Yeah, I know, she's great. She's great. The other girl as well, the one that comes to kill Hafuku.
Ikkitousen.
Ukitsu with the weights, the Rocket Lee weights.
I literally sat there and was like, oh, I see, we're Naruto now. Like, fucking man. Hold on, let me drop my 40-kilo weights. I always joked about that when I saw her as well. I'm like, I'm sure those things around her fucking wrists and and ankles are weights. And it's like, yep, sure enough, there we go.
And she goes around jumping from rooftop to rooftop for no fucking reason. Whatever. Just because she can, I guess. I mean, if I could jump from rooftop to rooftop, I would also do it. Shit.
That's right.
Yeah, she's great as well.
Yeah, so I guess we'll get more.
This show is just dumb.
Yeah, Ukitsu, I imagine Genjo will come back, and Kanu definitely comes back. I've seen the screenshots of season 2. But I was surprised that a lot of people died in this show. So I can definitely appreciate some finishing character arcs, and that creates a sense of newness and freshness for sequels. And I can imagine they kind of do the same thing with other ones. If it's all based on Romance of the Three Kingdoms, they kind of have to do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like, as far as I'm concerned with this show, though, right? I definitely feel like you can definitely tell that there is different strengths in the series, like from beginning to end. And what I mean by that is, I generally consider, like, when I started watching this show, the early episodes, I thought this show was fucking horrid.
Oh, it was terrible.
I hated it. It was absolutely awful. But as we got more into, like, they started borrowing more from Romance of the Three Kingdoms, we got more into the actual lore and shit like that. I was like, you know what? Okay, this is actually kind of interesting. Now we're getting somewhere. Now shit is happening. Now I'm finally getting invested.
The first 5 episodes all felt like filler and aimless. Every episode felt aimless. And then all of a sudden, episode 6, it goes bang. We got a tournament arc. It's time for the Battle of the Schools. We don't know exactly the reason, and of course, it's always that kind of trope asking, what do they do when they graduate high school? Do they just go work at Sony?
Life is over. Listen, man. You see how they fight? They're dead.
Well, most of them are, absolutely.
High school.
Yeah, absolutely. They all die. So.
Besides, you look at some of them, and they are not fucking high school kids. All right, just look at them, especially the guys. No way in hell you are in fucking high school.
That does bring up the question. Yeah, I guess they all just represent regions and what high school they went to. I guess that's what they're aiming for. Sure. I think we're thinking too hard about it, but regardless.
Probably.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, we got a tournament arc. This is going somewhere. And like the entire rounds, they show a bracket, but it's just these people meeting a random person. Like you said, Tori, earlier, they punch them once and it just shows the bracket. Oh, they won, going up. But we have no sense of where any of this, how this is playing out until they get to the rooftop and they're like, well, this is the finals or the semifinals situation. And then the next day they go to a round. It's very disjointed. It was so hard to keep up with because it just doesn't explain any of that to you. And then where the anime actually starts getting better, funny enough, is when they kind of slow down, give you time with a character, and of course this is involved with 2 stereotypical episodes, a hot spring episode and a pool episode. That's where like you get a lot of the lore and backstory as you were talking about, which is and an actual end goal and purpose. Funny enough, it's at the stereotype where you'd think nothing happens in most anime. That's kind of funny to me.
Yeah. I mean, for lack of a better word, it is how you should use those episodes, right? It's like, at least something is happening other than, hey, tits. So it's like, I do appreciate that. It's still weird that they decided to wait for that moment, but I don't know. It definitely feels like a case of just the early parts doesn't really matter. The tournament doesn't matter. I mean, of course it doesn't matter. The guy who fucking Totaku who starts the entire thing basically just goes at the end like, yeah, so I can't fight in this thing because if I do, I'm gonna end up dead because that's my fate. So we're just gonna send the guys who won the fucking semifinal. We're just gonna send them some flowers and apologize and say that it's cancelled.
Right.
Because I've achieved what I wanted with this thing. It's like, cool. So it literally
right,
doesn't
and he
matter.
wanted to escape his fate, so he set up a situation where Ryofu and Hakufu had to fight each other and essentially kill each other because Ryofu was connected to his fate, which will lead to his death. So I'm like, okay, I guess that all makes sense. Ryofu had a I keep bringing it up, but Ryofu had a really good character arc and good end to it. I that was the one character where I was invested into their story. And where they dropped the ball in that sense was Totaku himself, and he's the main villain. They didn't really go into a lot with him. I mean, we got a lot of him fingering chicks. We got a lot of that.
Yeah, that's good enough. Nah, but I also have to give this show one thing though, because at least for the characters that matters, I do like that when they do something, there is a reason behind it. Saji obviously being a master manipulator. Why is he a master manipulator? Is there any fucking reason? Well, again, he wants to escape his fate, right? But it's like, at first it's like, he wants to manipulate everybody so that he can rule. Sure, kind of, but he can't do that, because if he does that, if he actually starts ruling, he'll die pretty soon. That's his fate. So he has to kind of go behind the scenes. I do like that he has his own goal set, and even Totaku, right? I was kind of surprised when he finally gets Hakufu to kill her, like he said, and he infects her with this. He uses his power to basically infect her with this. I don't even know what kind of STD this is, but anyways, he's gonna kill her. A snake's gonna kill the dragon. So he does that, right? And that's all to set up that fight between Hakufu and Ryofu, so that they can, because Ryofu Hosen is the one who's gonna kill Totaku. So he wants to have them fight and kill each other to prevent that from happening. And then essentially what happens is he uses his last remaining power out of the kindness of his heart to remove the curse from Hakufu before he finally dies. Or so you think. That's actually just a ploy to have himself keep living inside of Hakufu. And so I do like that there's always something, at least with, again, the more important characters, in air quotes, right? That it's like they don't just do stuff to do it all the time. The lesser characters do that all the time, but the characters that have more weight to the story, they at least have a reason for why they do stuff. It's not just like, I'm dying anyway, so I'll be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Camera shots, camera angles.
Always fucking always from the down low.
Down low, shooting up. Got to see the panties first and foremost. If a girl kicks high, you got to see more panties. They're always wearing skirts.
I do love how it's like,
they don't even need to try though.
I know.
It's like the mini skirts are extremely mini.
Right.
The boobs are extremely bouncy, and they don't use fucking any kind of bra. So like
Yeah.
even like when you go to the pool episode, right? And everything is just bouncing everywhere. The camera just doesn't even move. It doesn't need you.
No, it doesn't.
Because everything is
Yep.
always bouncing everywhere. So like the camera angles normal, honestly.
Oh yeah, no, but what I like is fucking like there are some scenes, right? For example, when Corkin and Alcfor are talking, like walking and talking, and it's like Corkin is talking, so Corkin is talking. Yeah. So the camera is pointed like directly at his face, like close up of his face as he's
Right.
talking. Because we can't afford to animate too much. It's like we just have this, and then the fucking Hakufu starts talking, and the camera switches to her ass. It's just like, yep, okay, I see what's important here. We're gonna see the guy's face, and we're gonna see her ass. Thanks. No shame whatsoever.
All right, who was the hottest girl?
Eh.
Who was your favorite? Who's your favorite
Kanu.
hottest girl?
Got it.
Kinda.
Oh.
Well, Ryofu is also nice.
See, I was
Like,
a
she
big
is.
Ryofu fan. That was my chick. That was my girl.
Yeah. I like
Yes.
Ryofu.
But fucking, even though Kanu didn't have much in this season, God fucking damn it.
You were into her. I wonder
Yes.
if I will change to an Ukitsu or someone else down the line since my character died.
Tall, fucking long hair, tan skin, badass. Fuck yeah, she's my girl.
Yeah, there's a few others in what, the second season? They were also nice. Dragon Destiny.
All right, have we exhausted all of our thoughts over Ikkitousen?
Yeah. It's a very, very, very,
compare
very,
boobs.
very bad show that for some reason gets interesting from the episode 6 on. It makes you want to watch more, even though it's so dumb and bad.
Hey, man.
I echo those thoughts,
That's
Icky.
good enough.
Absolutely.
Good enough for me.
4 out of 10 for me.
Ooh.
I was
right.
thinking
I give it a 6
thinking
out of
3,
10.
but it did pull me in, and I want to watch the sequel now. I am at least somewhat invested into it. Hot chicks. I think it knew what it wanted to be, at the very least. That's important.
Oh yeah. No.
It's definitely better than Butt Attack.
I didn't like it
Punisher
in the
Girl,
beginning.
So 4 out of 10.
Yes, it is. I didn't like it in
No,
the
no, no, I
beginning,
thought it was
but at the same time, I can't be too mad at this because it's still like I've watched so many ecchi shows at this point. I know exactly what to expect. You know what you're getting. It's not like, oh my god, all they care about is showing butts and boobs and all of that shit. And it's like, yeah, it's an ecchi show, especially early 2000s ecchi show. Fucking, if you got a plot with your ecchi show, you were lucky. So it's like, I knew what to expect. I didn't like it, but I wasn't super down on it. And then, again, towards the end, shit started pulling me in. Shit got interesting. I got into the mythology of it, all the stories, and I'm just like, you know what? I had an okay time. I'm gonna give this one a 6.
Okay, Tori, look at you guys.
A
Giving a
6.
good fine.
Yeah, a good fine.
Yeah. I already said my thoughts, so I'll give it a 6 as well.
Oh.
It's the score I gave.
How about that?
Like a few years ago when I watched it.
I did not
So-
expect to be the low man on this one.
No, it's fine. Again, 4 is a better representative of what the show is.
Okay.
It's more
Yeah, but I
like,
like-
god damn, it's entertaining. It's dumb. Like, it hurts to watch the first 6 episodes. You just want to bang your head against the wall and forget about it. But the ending is just so wacky, so fucked up with the mummy thing and the guy who went crazy. Like,
Yeah,
Gaku just
That was-
gets kidnapped in the middle of the fucking season and no one gives a shit. It's
Yeah.
so wacky, so dumb, and you're like, you start appreciating it by what it is, right? It's like those
Saji
kids
tries to kill himself.
as the old man says, those kids are defying their fates, like they're following their fates, but goddamn, they are so dumb that I don't think they even can do that properly. So you kind of start appreciating that kind of thought.
Alrighty. So that finishes out this one. Our next episode will be over the anime Cat's Eye. We'll be doing 15 episodes of Cat's Eye. Something Tori is very familiar with.
I am.
Alright. So this was anime episode 91. See you next time.
Peace.
Goodbye.